Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Michelle, and today I'm going to be sharing with y'all our chick brooder that we built. But first, I'm going to give you a little bit of history into why this thing finally got built. So the first time we got chicks, I just jumped in and I bought the chicks, didn't have anything prepared, and we started out by putting the baby chicks inside of tubs, and this has gone on for maybe the past 3 or 4 years. And as you can see in some of these clips, that this is how we were raising the baby chicks that we bought for this year. We bought in 2 batches. I thought I was only going to want 10, but I decided to get a total of 20 because we are a family of 9 total. And when we cook and eat eggs, we eat at least 18 at a time. That's kind of our history on how things have gone. If I want something, it's very hard for me to ask my husband and tell my husband, because he gets stressed out and be like, well, we're not ready for it and you're going to have to wait. I'm a very impatient person. So when he says I'm going to have to wait, I'm just like, how can I do this without having to wait? Well, I find a way. That's what happened this time too. I bought the chicks, and like I said, I don't even tell him so he doesn't get stressed out. And when he comes home or when he comes into our presence and he's like, oh, you got chicks. So we totally skip the whole being stressed out, and it's just like, they're here. Now we have to do something. Another thing I should mention is my husband is a procrastinator, and when he says I'm gonna have to wait, he means it. I'm gonna have to wait. So when I just jump in and buy these things, things actually have to get moving almost right away. Most of the animals that we have on the property, that is how we ended up with them. Is my husband was like, you're gonna have to wait, you're gonna have to wait, you're gonna have to wait. And I'm just like, how can I get them here without having to wait, without having to have Joe go get them? So that's another thing. Like, I try really hard to make sure my husband is not the one that has to go pick up these animals, transport them, and bring them back home. So I tend to buy always like the baby version of animals, except for the cows that we got. I really wanted cows, and my husband was like, no, we're not ready for them. We don't have anything. We don't have anything. I don't know what anything was, because we had the pond, we had the property, we had the grass, and I'm just like, we got it, baby, let's go. He didn't want to get them, so I found someone who sold locally, and I had them drop off the cows. I asked them for the money, but everything was set up so that they could just come here. It was set in motion, and I needed the money, and so he gave me the money. I got my cows, and it just, things have gone like that from there. The goats, you know, it's like, where are we going to put the goats? We don't need the goats, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, we have this area, we could put the goats in there. And like, in my mind, it all works out. And I'm not going to lie though, things have backfired on me some by doing that, because in some ways we aren't prepared for the mishaps and things that come with the animals, you know, like the cows breaking the fence or the cows jumping the fence. It's like, okay, now what do we do? But I think no matter what, had we even prepared for them, we would still have to face these things. And it was also like that with the pig. We drove out and picked up the pig without my husband. When my husband came home, we was just like, oh, you got a pig. But I didn't just get 1 pig. I got 3 pigs. And again, like, we were prepared in the area for them, but we were not prepared for them to be digging out and getting into the property. They tore apart our barn. They lifted walls up and they kind of just swing there. Our barn is a hazard. We really just need to have it knocked down. But anyways, onto this chick brooder. The brooder house that we built for our chicks. And let me just give you a look at the whole outside structure. Okay, the hinges on there. And it has a flap here that opens up, and we use the pocket jig right here to screw these into the board so that we could get these flush and they wouldn't be sitting one on top of the other. I'm going to use that hardwire mesh there to finish this up, and then we put a board in the middle and again use the pocket jig, and we're going to hang the lamp and maybe a feeder. Joe had some leftover plywood cut at 10 inches wide here, and I just cut them all down to the same length, and they're 44 except for that front board right there. My plan was to let the kids go in through here and grab them, but he had a brighter idea and decided to put the flap on top to open all the way. And so this board could be the same height or not, but it gives us a bigger view too to look into there. The plywood at the bottom was also scrap wood. And we're just gonna throw wood chips. I bought a 2x2x8 and just cut it into 2 feet pieces, and I made 4 of those. And that was it. And I'm gonna use the air staple gun to staple the wire. soft wire on there, and then I have 7/8 galvanized staples here to put on there. I don't think they'll go through, we'll see. I'm gonna use 1/2 inch to staple in the hard wire cloth. Jeremiah's making sure everything's square. And Daddy's stapling for me because I'm an airhead. No, because I work too slow for him. When he watches me, he just can't help himself but come and take over. He's my Prince Charming. He sees me in distress and comes and fixes everything.
I have a pencil.
So we're only making one cut. We're going all the way around. It kind of like was made out of particle board, and it was awful. It fell apart really fast, and it was not durable. It freaked. And we also used the regular chicken wire mesh, but we found that using this other type of wire works really well. It's a lot more sturdy, and it holds up to a lot more.